Welcome back to I'll Review Anything. A few months ago, Netflix released a trailer for their new original anime film, Bubble. The trailer is filled with credits to its creators, big names, directed by Tetsuro Iraqi, the director of Attack on Titan, written by Guinea Robuchi, famed for his nickname the Ura Butcher, one of the biggest writing names in all of anime. Character designs by Takeshi Obata of Death Note fame, music by bombastic Hiroyuki Sawano of Attack on Titan, and animated by Wit Studio of Attack on Titan. So understandably, I got hyped. I bought into what the commercial was trying to sell me. I recognized these names and I knew how good some of their work was, and I was excited to see it combined all into one movie. So I set an alarm on my calendar, and when the day came to watch the movie, I kind of felt like I missed something. Where is Gen Urobuchi's writing style? Where is the memorable symphony of Hiroyuki Sawano? All I found was Wit Studio drawing a lot of people jumping around on 3D backgrounds. Bubble is a recreation of the Little Mermaid story. Not the Disney Little Mermaid, the really old one where the titular mermaid dissolves into sea foam. Though, outside of that one detail, I'm completely in the dark regarding the rest of the story. I can't exactly say that I'm a pundit on old seafaring lore. Bubble takes place in a future dystopia Tokyo where a massive explosion flooded Tokyo with supernatural phenomena. Now that sounds cool, but then you find out that the supernatural is limited to some floating bubbles that you can kind of jump and kick off of, a singing Tokyo tower, and a deadly supernatural whirlpool. That's it. You know what I remember from the last thing that was written by Gen Urobuchi? I say cry, I say Where's the violence? Where is the high stakes? This is just a romance about a guy with an extremely low-level super hearing and a pixie dream girl monkey woman. Our main character is so cool he can silently stand in 17 darkly lit corners of a room at once. He doesn't need anyone's help in this new extremely epic sport that is literally just parkour. It's just parkour. They illegally rushed through the ruins of Tokyo doing Tokyo Battlecore, as in battle parkour. Our main character, Hibiki, is so good at parkour because he can hear really well. He doesn't work together with his team, who he lives on a boat with, and he's an epic Naruto-running badass who never takes his headphones off. He tries to climb the singing Tokyo Tower, then he falls. He's saved by a girl who can't speak, but is just as good at parkour as he is because she's from the parkour dimension or something. It's very epic and makes a lot of sense. Anyways, Hibiki and the team call her Uta because she knows some stupid song that Hibiki autistically hums to himself in his dimensional merge of dark corners. Uta becomes the team's secret monkey surprise, and that's pretty much it. The rest of it is just them doing parkour together. I was expecting a lot more out of Wit Studio on a film production like this. If you've ever seen Attack on Titan, then you know that Wit can sometimes pull off some very good-looking animation. They usually use a combination of frame-by-frame 2D animation on top of 3D backgrounds for fast-moving environments, which they continue to use here. But on the other hand, if you've seen Attack on Titan, then you know that Wit can sometimes cut a corner and make it, look really bad. This movie has more than its fair share of bad animation, though the film manages to actually look visually stunning when it wants to, and when it wants to is when there is little to no movement on screen. You know who really deserves credit? Whoever draws these backgrounds and stills. They're extremely obviously inspired by Makoto Shinkai's work. They remind me of Garden of Words. For a movie based entirely around parkour, you would think that the animation studio would put more love into making sure that their 2D characters are consistently motion tracked on their 3D animated backgrounds. They even show this in the trailer. I mean, look at this. It looks awful. I have been listening to the soundtrack to make sure that I didn't miss anything too fantastic. This should have been one of the biggest, grandest, standout soundtracks of the year, and I'm starting to think that they didn't give Sawano any money. Just a reminder, this is the guy who made the first Attack on Titan opening that no one would shut up about a few years back. But there is credit to give. The repeated motif that they use, and of course it's just called Bubble, does really make you think of bubbles. But at least half of this soundtrack sounds more like lo-fi beats to chill and relax to than Hiroyuki Sawano music. Occasionally I can hear Sawano in the brass and percussion, which is a shame because he has such a talent with composition on other instruments. We get a good feeling for his style in the track Battle Core. God, I'm running out of energy. I love how Wit Studio very obviously did not give a shit about making the characters designed by Obata have any depth. Because this is a movie about such a physical subject as parkour, you would imagine that you would get a bunch of really fantastic shots, but I feel like most of the time you get something mediocre. Not quite Studio Madhouse, not quite Naruto My Pain is Greater Than Yours. At exactly 100 minutes long, Bubble felt like more of a chore to get through than something that I enjoyed. I rewatched it while writing this review, but I didn't enjoy it anymore the second time around. I really wanted something greater, and I'm giving Bubble a 5 out of 10. Mediocre. Special thanks to our producers Anthony Wumbo, James Novak, Zachary Coroner, and John Foreman.